Hi, Cole here. Thank you all for joining me today and wanted to do a full body beginner's flow. So if you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome. And we're just going to move through the body, move and breathe, and we'll try to hit all the different areas. So stay close with your breath, be kind to yourself, and yeah, let it feel good. We're just going to create some space in our body, hopefully some space in our mind as well. So close your eyes, and we're just going to start in a seated position. We're just going to anchor in. So close your eyes down and begin to notice your breath. Some deep inhales and audible exhales. So sigh or hum. Try some more like this. Just grounding into the now. Once more. And take a few moments to notice anything that you feel, and we'll turn it in for the beginning to the internal landscape. So anything that you feel in your internal landscape, vibrations in the body, maybe your heartbeat, any emotions that are coming through, any sensations. Maybe you're tired or awake or excited, any moods and emotions. And just notice what that feels like. And try not to go into the why. We're just noticing the sensation without the story. We'll take a moment and take it to the outside, the external landscape. So anchor in, and call these anchor points, these things that we're bringing up that are in the present moment. So connecting with an anchor point on the external landscape. So something that you hear, or something that you feel, maybe the feeling of your hands on your knees or the fabric of the clothes. The feeling of your seat on the mat or a bolster. So these anchor points help us, like it's called, anchor in, to root, to ground. And also to move from the thinking mind, which is normally up in the past or in the future, down into the feeling body. And that feeling body is happening right now. And that's where we're wanting to work from. And bring your hands to heart center. So press one hand into the other. Maybe the thumbs into the sternum. Press the sternum back into the thumbs. This will help you sit up a little bit taller. If you'd like to set an intention or a gratitude, this is a beautiful place to do so. And we'll begin to move. Next inhale, open your eyes, open your arms wide, lift the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, lift the arms up. Use your whole inhale to get where you're going, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Once more. Inhale, lift the arms up, and this time we're going to twist towards the right. So turn the heart, spiral the heart towards the right. The left hand goes to the knee, the right hand comes behind. Now, we're going to extend the spine by pressing down through the sit bone, so where your booty's touching the ground. Press down and lift the crown of the head up so you get a little bit taller. And then we'll rotate towards the right. So 3 rounds of breath here. Roll the shoulders back. You can pull the heart center forward just slightly. And one more inhale. And exhale. All right, listen, leave the left hand where it is, and we're going to take the right hand and cross it over. Tuck the chin to the chest. I'm just going to round the back. So really notice here the muscles on the sides of the spine. I can feel it in my upper neck and mid back, that stretch. Maybe shake the head no, it feels really nice. And we're going to come into eagle arms. So the arms are already crossed in front of us. So a couple different options. If your shoulders are tight, maybe you just grab the shoulders like this. Otherwise, you can come into eagle arms. Backs of the hands or fronts of the hands can touch, and we're going to move with breath here. So inhale, lift the fingers up, or if the arms are on the shoulder, hands are on the shoulder, you just gaze and arch the back. And exhale, come forward. So we'll do twice more like this. So it's like cat-cow in the back. Inhale. And exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. All right, unwind the arms. We're going to bring them into cactus arms, so like two cactuses or goalposts. Bring the heart forward, arms back. Open the throat, gaze up, wiggle the fingers, make them really alive. One more inhale here. And exhale, plant the hands down behind you and plant the feet. So the fingertips are facing the heels. Roll the shoulders back and bring the heart center forward. We're going to press into the feet, press into the hands at the same time. Lift the hips up into altar pose or tabletop. So stay here. One more round of breath. Roll the shoulders back if you can. And then exhale, bring the booty down. And we'll switch the cross of the legs. So this should be the way that feels a little awkward. Hands back to heart center. Take a round of breath here. And inhale, the arms come up, gaze is up. And exhale, let's twist towards the left. So same thing on this side. Roll the shoulders back. You can broaden the collarbone, and what I mean by that is getting wider from shoulder to shoulder. Press down through the sit bones in order to lift up through the crown of the head so we have lots of more space in the spine. And we gaze over the left shoulder. Kind of wringing out here. One more inhale. And exhale. This time the right hand stays where it is. The left hand comes over. Round the back, tuck the chin to the chest, and maybe shake the head here. Swirl the neck. And begin to come forward. Eagle the arms or grab the shoulders. So either one works. And we move with breath. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold down. Twice more, in. Slow and steady movement, exhale, curl. Once more, in. And out. Open up the arms. Cactus the arms really wide here, fingertips alive. And exhale, plant the hands. One more time with the altar pose. So plant the feet, plant the hands, heart center forward, and then press and lift. If it feels okay for the neck, you can release the neck back. One more inhale. And exhale, sink the hips down. Cross the ankles, plant the hands out in front, and we'll come into child's pose. And we'll turn here on my mat. You can bring the knees together or you can have the knees wide. If you have any low back pain, it might feel better to have the knees together because then you have a little bit of arch in your back. The arms can be forward or you can wrap them around towards the feet. Either one here. So 3 rounds of breath. You're always welcome to come back to this pose or back to any pose. And remember that I'm only giving suggestions, so listen to your body. And begin to reach forward. Gaze forward. We're going to come down onto the belly. So you're kind of slither like a snake all the way down onto the belly. And we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose, we're going to have the elbows underneath the shoulders. So there's going to be like a right 90-degree angle right here. And the fingers out in front. Lift up each leg and kind of pull it back as if someone's grabbing onto the toe. You get a little bit longer. And then roll the shoulders back and the heart centers forward. So it's like the Egyptian Sphinx. So a little nuance cue here is to push the pubic bone down into the ground and engage the low belly. This will protect the low back. Roll the shoulders back again and try to make space between the shoulders and the ears. For Sphinx pose. Open the heart. A couple more rounds of breath here. And release down. Take the chin to the floor. We're going to take the hands behind the back. So we're going to do a little bit of back strengthening here, another back strengthener. Roll the shoulders back. You can point the fingers, like have this Kali mudra or Charlie's Angels mudra. And we're going to inhale, lift the chest up and pull the fingers back towards the heels. Again, pressing the pubic bone down into the ground and really feeling engaged on the back body. Back of the neck is long, so it's gazing at the top of the mat. One more inhale. And exhale, release. And we'll do one more here. So take the hands underneath the shoulders, and we're going to snake the spine up and down. If you ever practiced with me before, I really like these snaky movements. They feel good in the body, and this is what this will look like. Inhale, you push the pubic bone down and push the ground away, coming up, and then exhale as if you can bring your belly button even closer to the top of the mat each time you come down. Exhale, come down. We do this twice more. Inhale, push the ground away, come up, and as if you could lengthen the torso. Exhale, come down. Once more, we wave up. Inhale, wave up. Find some length. And exhale, wave down. Beautiful. And press back into tabletop. So, shoulders over the wrists. Hips over the knees. And take any movements that you want to make here. So, bend the elbows. Wiggle the hips. Getting some movement here. Let's turn the wrists so that the fingertips are facing in, and then you can move side to side. So we're stretching the wrists, stretching the forearms. And let's see if you can turn the fingers out. We'll do the same thing. And then we'll turn, if it works out in your wrist, turn the fingertips towards you and then lean back. And this is a really nice one, especially for people who are on computers a lot, or massage therapists, or people who use their forearms a lot. Nice, and release. And we'll do one more. Let's flip the hands over. This feels really good as well. And this can be done maybe one at a time. I think one at a time is feeling better for me. It can be a lot. So just explore, and you can move the hand around in different directions. Maybe you have more tightness in one than the other. Just exploring it. And we're going to take puppy pose. So we're going to take the hands out as far as you can. See, my hips are staying over the knees. And I'm going to bring my head down. So it's kind of like a child's pose, but it's a little bit different. The forehead can come down to the ground, or the chin can come down to the ground. And this is melting the heart down. So we'll move a little bit with breath here. So inhale, come up like you're waving up a little bit, and then exhale, sink your heart down. We'll do it twice more like this. Inhale, let the breath wave through the body, and exhale down. Once more. Inhale, and exhale down. Beautiful. We'll walk the hands all the way back, sitting up onto the knees. Take the hands to heart center. We're going to interlace the fingers and turn the palms forward. So stretching the arms again and around the back. So got lots of roundness in the back. Tuck the chin to the chest. And then inhale, come up onto the knees as you lift up. And exhale, hands behind the back. Let's roll the shoulders back. Pull the hands down. We'll take a little bit of a back bend here. Gaze is up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that again. Take the finger, interlace the fingers. Exhale, round, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, we come up onto the knees, lift up. And exhale, hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, slight back bend. Pull the wrists down. And exhale, hands to heart center. Downward facing dog. So we're going to place the hands down. Make them really, really wide. Tuck the toes and press back. Downward facing dog. And take a moment to cat paw out here. So that means picking up the feet, picking up the hands,
And seeing where you have any adhesion, any tightness. I can feel it in my calf, so I'm really pedaling out there. And then find stillness, big full body stretch. Slight bend in the knees. Maybe it's a little bit, maybe it's a lot, but never lock them fully out. Push the belly towards the thighs. Then begin to walk forward. Forward fold. Bend the knees, belly to thighs, grab opposite elbows. Slow, steady breath. Maybe rock back and forth, side to side. And release the hands. All right. Listen up. Left hand is going to go right underneath the gaze. You're going to bend really deeply the left knee. And the right arm is going to pull back and up. So we're gazing up at the right hand. Look down at your left shoulder. Often it wants to curl in, but rotate it out, kind of like you're opening a jar to the left. There's that external rotation. Gaze back up at the right hand and lean back into the shoulders a little bit so you get a little more spiral of the heart. And then we're going to push down in the feet so much, bend both knees, push down through the feet so much that you begin to lift all the way up. Torso stays twisted, right hand to the right hip, left arm comes up and back, just a really slight back bend here. One more inhale. And exhale, turn forward, hands to heart center. Close your eyes down, feel into mountain pose here. Press down through the feet. Lift up on the kneecaps. A couple rounds of breath. And like we did before, interlace the fingers. We're going to round the back, bend the knees, push the hands forward. Exhale. Inhale, lift the arms up, gaze up, and exhale, hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders back. The hands come down, a little bit of a back bend, heart opener here. And then bend the knees really, really deep as you pour forward. Keep a hold of the hands. So you should get a really good stretch in the hamstrings here and in the shoulders. One more inhale. And exhale, release the hands. This time the right hand comes underneath the gaze. Deeply bend the right knee. Inhale, the left arm reaches up, pull back. Gaze is at the left thumb. Roll the right shoulder back, the bottom shoulder back. Lean into the shoulders just slightly. And then bend into both knees. Press down to the feet, and we're going to lift all the way up. Left hand comes to the left thigh. Right arm comes up, slight back bend here. Pull the belly in so that we're protecting the low back. One more inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. So again with this sequence. Inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers, push them forward. Slight bend in the knees, round the back. Inhale, lift up, gaze is up. And exhale, interlace the hands. Roll the shoulders back, heart open, and bend the knees as you fold forward. Exhale. Stay for a breath in and out. Beautiful. Release the hands. We're going to step back with the right foot, back of the mat, into low lunge. So take the hands onto the floor or onto blocks. The gaze is forward. We're going to move back and forth into a front lunge and a back lunge. So this is front lunge. A back lunge is just going to be the opposite. We'll straighten the front leg and bend the back knee. Yeah. Flex the left toes towards the face. Notice where you feel the sensation. I feel it all the way up my left leg. Now we're going to move back and forth with breath. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, come back. This is a great place for blocks for some people. You can bring the earth a little closer to you. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, come back. Once more. Inhale, forward. This time we're going to plant the back heel down. And we're going to windmill the arms up into Warrior Two. So Warrior Two, give some
some of the alignment cues. We do have the arms out, so we have a tendency to lean forward, but we actually want the shoulders to come right over the hips. So sometimes we need to lean back a little bit. Bend the knees and push evenly through both feet. Another common thing is that we push down through the front foot and we ignore the back foot, but this will give us much more balance and much more strength. Arms coming out, and bring the shoulder blades onto the back. Slow, steady breath here. We move with breath. Inhale, straighten the front leg. And exhale, warrior two. Watch the knee that it's going over the toes. Inhale, lift. It likes to come in this way, so we want to keep the alignment over the toes. Exhale. A couple more times like this with your breath in and out. Inhale and exhale. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. The legs stay the same. Just tip it back. Stay for a round of breath. One more inhale. And exhale. Plant the hands down. Lift the back heel up, and we'll take a big step, top of the mat. Big step. Right foot meets the left. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. So we'll stay here for a moment. We find a little bit of cobra in the back. So a little bit of a back bend. This is a common situation that we go like this, but we want to send the sit bones up and back, extend the spine, lots of length from the shoulders to the ears, and then we fold forward. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold down. So again, it's that kind of snaking motion. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, wave down. Plant the hands. Take a big step back. Left foot, back of the mat. Low lunge. So you can check in with your feet. You don't want the feet in a line. You want them to be a little bit separate here, like they're on train tracks. And we'll do front lunge, back lunge. Inhale, front. Exhale, straighten the front leg, bend the back knee. Yeah, flex the front toes. And then now we go with breath. In, forward, and out, backward. Keep going. Let the breath move through the body. It's a moving meditation. Inhale, come forward. This time we plant the back heel. Press evenly through both feet and lift the torso up, warrior two. So go ahead and sink in. Check in with the shoulders that are in line with the hips. And then that front knee is over the ankle and in line with the toes. Arms come out. Strong pose. And we move with breath. Inhale, lift the arms up, straighten the front leg. Exhale. Again, in and out. Once more, maybe a little bit deeper. In and out. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Stay here for a full round of breath. Inhale. And exhale. Plant the hands. Lift the back knee up. Big step, or left heel. Big step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold down. Once more. Inhale, halfway lift, and bring the booty down. We're going to come all the way down to the ground. So we can come down slow, reaching forward as you reach back. We'll make it really, really slow. So you're kind of coming into a ball, and then eventually the booty wins and you come down. Bring the knees into the chest, hug in. Forehead to the knees. Just stretching the back feels quite nice. Just notice your breath slowing down. And slowly we're going to roll down on to the back. So however you'd like to get there. And again, holding the knees in. And then bring the feet down to the floor. Hands down as well. Hands are almost touching the heels. Maybe they are, or they're close. We're gonna do a rolling bridge pose. So the hips are gonna come up first, and you're gonna press down. Instead of thinking about lifting the hips, think about pressing down so much into the feet that the hips lift. So on an inhale, press down through the feet, hips lift up, and then exhale, the spine comes back down. And you can see if you can do it in a wave. So inhale, you begin with the low back, mid back, upper back. And then exhale, upper back, mid back, low back. Let's do this twice more and we'll get the arms involved as well. So inhale, the arms come up with the hips all the way back. And exhale, they wave back down. Again, inhale, lift the hips up, arms up. And exhale, wave back down. Let's do that one more time. It feels so nice to move with the breath. In. And out. Beautiful. Right leg lifts up. Wrap the hands around the back thigh. You can stay right here, maybe walk the hands up the calf until you feel a nice stretch. Flex the toes back towards the face. Bend the right knee. Right ankle over the left knee. Pull in. Behind the thigh, in front of the knee, left knee, reclined pigeon. About 5 rounds of breath here. Just let yourself feel what you feel. Make the breath big. And we slowly release. 2 different options for a twist. You can cross the legs over and then we'll bring them to the left, or you can unwind the legs and we'll bring them to the left. Either way, we want to pick up the hips just slightly, move them to the right, and then bring the knees to the left. They can be crossed or they can be side by side. If it feels okay, gaze towards your right arm. I like to bring my arms into a big Y above the head, or into cactus arms. And then you can feel a little bit of stretch in the right shoulder, right pectoral muscle. Send the breath all the way down into the belly. So trace it all the way down deep. And we slowly come into center. Both soles of the feet on the ground, knees are up. We'll switch sides. Left leg lifts up, interlace the hands behind the thigh, or maybe walk them up the calf. And just until you feel a stretch. You can let the hands be heavy as they pull in. Reclined pigeon. Bend the left knee, take the left ankle over the right thigh, and pull in, either interlacing behind the thigh or in front of the knee. Several rounds of breath here. Notice the difference on each side. Maybe you have more space. Maybe it's a little tighter here. We're normally uneven. It's completely normal. Then we'll move into a twist. So release the legs. Wherever you're going to do it, we'll shift the hips to the left first. Then you can cross your legs or let them lay side by side and lean them over towards the right. Maybe you gaze up towards the left hand. Twisting it out. Deep belly breath. We slowly come back to center. Extend the legs long, palms up, and we're just going to take 3 deep rounds of breath here in Savasana. Every exhale, sigh out the mouth. So the exhales they talk to the parasympathetic system, which allows us to rest, the body to rest. So every exhale, let it sigh or audible. Inhale. Full exhale out the body. Again, in and out. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Just a little brief marination. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Otherwise, we'll begin to turn over towards the side. Take the top arm to push yourself up, and we'll come back into a seat where we started. Just take a couple rounds of breath like we did in the beginning to notice what's going in the body, internal landscape, external landscape, maybe finding an anchor point. And noticing the differences from when we began. How have you shifted? Let yourself feel what you feel. Let's bring the hands together, thumbs at the third eye. And we bow forward to seal our practice, and together we say, Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this class. Let me know in the comments what you enjoyed or what you'd like to see more of. And subscribe to our channel so you can get all of these videos to your inbox. If you'd like to learn more about me, coldchanceyoga.com. And I will see you here on YOGATX on your mat next time. Peace.